questions, please.
Talk about your bench production tonight, Coach.
Yes, it was very, it was critical. A lot of guys. We needed a lot of guys to really contribute tonight because they have a lot of guys that bring a lot off their bench, and so Carter had a really good game. He scored and had some assists, but he was really good defensively and made some big plays down the stretch. Jump ball play, blocked the 3-point shot. Those plays are big. And everybody that played, was critical to this. And I thought Crowder in the first half, coming in and hitting the 4 threes and being active defensively, really gave us a boost when Vince went out. He had a dislocated, I think, a little finger in his right hand that came out twice, and then they finally retaped it in a way where it would stay in, so he was able to return to the game. So, Jay's his stint out there was big for us because we were able to get scoring and defense while Vince was back getting fixed up.
When you talk about this run, when they responded, got within 3 points, and how your team just turned up the burners and just took off with them, Coach.
Well, we made plays. Monta Ellis, closed the game for us. He was fantastic. He made drives. He made outside shots. He made a mid-range shot. He made he made assists. We've had some carryover from the Minnesota game. We just had guys that just haven't quite recovered. And Dirk was, he was winded tonight. Harris was tired. That was the most minutes he's played. And so, keeping Dirk's minutes down tonight, we had to give him that second rest in the fourth quarter. And then we were able to finish the game without him, which is big. So it's huge. And, I thought our big guys were the key to the game because they just were real aggressive on pick and roll coverage. And it's a lot of work. They're out there showing, oftentimes beyond the 3-point line, but it keeps their guys from slicing and dicing us with dribble penetration. And they did a great job on the boards too. We out rebounded by 13, which was another big key to the game.
Is Monta one of those guys who, when it's close and late, you kind of see a little extra boost and a little extra kind of spark in him?
He's always going to be aggressive, and he's always going to be in an attacking mode. And the thing we got to do as a team, and me as the coach, we just got to get him in the best possible situations. And he really answered the bell down the stretch. I mean, he was struggling halfway through the third, and then I was about to sub him out just to give him a blow, and then he got to the rim and laid one in. So I pulled Devin back, and then then he went on his run, and I don't know if he missed a field goal after that. He may not have. So that was a spectacular run to end the game, and we needed every ounce of what he was giving us.
Can you comment a little bit about Brandon, because it seemed like he's at the right place at the right time and making great passes as well too, Brandon Wright?
He's really good around the basket. He's good on rolls, all that stuff. Got a good feel for the game. The challenge is the physical aspect of it on the boards and defensively, and that's where he's got to continue to work at being able to keep guys from getting into the lane on him and from coming over his back and just pushing him out of the way. He does a lot of great things, no doubt about it. But everybody's got to keep working on their weaknesses, and he's done a lot of good things to help himself. He's gotten stronger, he's gotten better in those situations. But he's got another level he can get to.